Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here in Boulder Canyon. We are going to continue on where we left off yesterday with our harvest. So there he goes, he's straight back into it. Sarah has gone for breakfast, or whatever it is that she's, yeah, breakfast probably at this time of day. And we've got our other helper over here instead. Now, the big question is, will he be able to get around the rock without actually riding into it? And the answer is apparently no. Such a task is just too much for him to cope with. And this is the one thing that lets down. This is literally about the only thing that lets down the AI vehicle extension, is the way that it handles corners like this. It just can't cope with them. It really can't cope with them. The rest of it, it's absolutely wonderful and it's amazing, but the outside round on a field when the field is curving around in this direction, it really does struggle with it. I mean, right here, because it's a much more gentle curve, it's able to cope with that. It's still cutting in off of the edge, but that sharp bit down by the other end of the rock, that was just a little tiny bit too much for it. I mean, it's alright. It's not going to cause us any problems. And everything's fine down through there as well, so that's good. And then we'll let that one, he will come up there and swivel on round like that, and then... And it does it because it evens off the corners, so you don't have to worry too much about, like the little odd corners being left behind. It sort of smooths it all off and gives you a nice, clean, straight, easy run. And that is a really good thing, apart from the fact that it just causes a few problems when you're wiggling around a tree or something like that. So other than the whole tree issue, it's really good. I've got zero complaints with it. Alright, I'm going to switch over to... Okay, I should have gone the other way with my vehicles over here. And we are going to go running down and grab the next load of grain. And then we will have done twice around the field. I think it will be time to start thinking about getting the mowing and baling going. We've also got this little bit up here, but we'll deal with that when we come to doing the ploughing. This odd bit in the field right here, I think that we'll worry about when we're doing the ploughing. And that's the main reason that I wanted to take it out, was because otherwise the combine will go and do that. Go on, tip some grain in. And now he's stopped. Really don't like it when the combine does things like that. Not driving into me, it was where it went out around that little bit that it missed the first time, and that's sort of the main reason that I'd like to go and level out the field a bit more, is so that we don't get that, because I noticed that it was missing some bits when we went over there last time, when we were with the seeding. It was when we planted it. It missed a little bit, and it did the same again with the cultivating, I think, didn't it? Didn't it do that with the cultivator? I'm not actually sure. It may not have done it with the cultivator, but I think it did. Right, I am at 94% on this one. So we're going to spin round and we're going to drive back down to the yard, up this way. This is where we will be having a track all the way along here. But now, see, I've got that kink in the middle of the field where it went out to get that bit. And I don't like that. I really don't like that at all. That is just wrong. It shouldn't be there. And it's going to mess up the entire field now, unless we sort of start doing our grain from the other end of the field, which is what I'm thinking we should do. So the actual track that we will be making is going to come out this way and then come down into here. I've got that lorry in the way at the moment, so we'll have to move that one out of the way. And then I will bring you over this side, like this. I'm not going to worry about the combine for a minute. I'm just going to leave the tractor right here. And then we can tip that one out, like that. Out it goes. And that is our first grain stored at the farm with our first harvest. That is absolutely fantastic. That is actually quite the achievement. To get that far, I think we have we've we've come a long way to get to that point, and I think that is quite a wonderful achievement. That is something that we can actually be proud of, and I'm very pleased with that. Now, I'm going to leave this front weight right here so that I trip over it and break my neck when I come out of my house each morning. Because why not? It just seems like the sensible thing to do. And then I'm going to go over here and get this one hitched on. And we're going to go and get our baler. So let's hook you on like that. And I'm going to reverse all the way back down here. I do want to watch the combine when it comes back up round here, to see that it does get round the stone okay the second time. It should do. It doesn't normally have any issue getting round there the second time. It's only normally the first time that it has issues with it. So let me go that way. And then back into here like this. And hook on our baler. There we go. And we can head off to the grass field. So this is going to get us another round of silage bales that we'll be able to use. We'll come up here. I'm thinking I would probably build a little bit of a track up through there to sort of join on to this track, although it won't be the main one, because it is one that we use. I don't know. I'm umming and ahhing about that one, as you can tell. I'm not quite sure. See, right there, that bit there, it's a little bit too much just there. So I think if we level all of that off, we can re-plow it again. That's not going to be an issue. That's a fairly simple, easy job to go and do. Where's the combine? Right, we'll nip back over and we'll watch the combine now. Go back. Actually, you can stay... You know what? You're not going to stay there. I'm going to use this tractor... I don't think I'm going to come and unload the combine where it is, but what I'll do is if I swing round over here like this, combine will come to the end. He's got a nearly full grain tank now, so I can pick up off of the grain tank while it comes down this side like this. So you bring out your spout like that, and then I can move in here like this, and we start unloading you. There we go. Perfect. An absolutely perfect run on there. And I'm not going to be able to stay next to the combine while it goes around next to the stone, but we're down to below 50% on there. So what I can do is I can back up and we will just watch the combine from here. I can just follow it along. Getting a face full of dust while I'm doing it. But there, see, it still cuts in around the corner, but it's nowhere near enough to actually go and drive into the stone. It was only that first time that it was going to do that. Now, for the rest of it, it's going to be absolutely fine and it won't cause us any problems. Which is a good thing. This is a very, very good thing. And I'll run down alongside the combine once not while he's doing this little short tail end of the field. Once he gets down to the long straight, then we will run down beside it and unload it all the way down through. And then... we can go back over there and we will get the mower and the baler going. I'll do twice around the outside of the field with the mower and the baler manually, and then we'll leave the hired help going with that one as well. Shouldn't be an issue to do that, I don't think. Should be alright. And this field here, I'm hoping that we will be able to get 3... We should be able to put 3 into 1. On these straw swaths... With our new rake, we should be able to reach to do 3 into 1. I'm hoping we can. If we can do 3 into 1, that would be absolutely brilliant, because that means it's actually going to end up saving us a trip around the field. And we should be able to just leave the hired help doing that. I could do once around the outside edge of the field and then bail that up and move it and then set the hired help going, which is probably... the best option, to be honest, but we don't have to do that. It's not an essential. Now, what is it going to do over here? This is the big question, is how is it going to cope with getting around this bit? It'll come out to there, all right, but is it going to... No, it's not going to try and turn. Okay, that's good. At least it's not going to try and do anything ridiculous as it goes down through there. And that is all of it. Perfect. So I'm going to shut you off, and then I'm going to run over here to you. And I'm going to unfold the baler. Like that. I'm going to set that baler going, and then I'm going to set the mower going as well, and I'm going to go straight into the field like this and miss most of it on the first pass, but that's fine, I don't really mind. And we're going to head up across the field. So twice around the outside edge of the field, doing it manually, and then we will come back in. And there's another, oh no, there's no little lump there. I remember now, this is the whole weird thing that this mower was doing, where it's leaving great big clumps all over the place. And I'm not the only person this has happened to. A number of people said that they've had this happen, and not just on hills, they've had it happen on various different maps, on level land as well as on hills, and nobody's quite certain what's causing it. There doesn't seem to be a definitive answer as to what's causing this whole issue, but it's definitely something that's affecting more than just me. I'm not the only person that has had issues with the weird grass thing. So I am pleased about that. I am pleased I'm not the only one, because yes, it's nice to be told you're special, but yeah, sometimes being special is not all it's cracked up to be, especially when, oh, well, it's never done that for me, you must be really special. That's not the kind of special you want, is it? That's not the kind of special you want to be. You don't want to be unique and different when it's, you know, the unique and difference is causing major issues for everything. And yeah, you know, sometimes just being one of the crowd is a much better thing. If you're one of the crowd, and it means that, you know, by one of the crowd it means everything is working as intended. Well, yeah, ideal. That's fantastic. I don't want to be special. I don't want to have unique and unusual things happening to my game that nobody else has happen. But apparently there are a number of people that have experienced this issue with the whole grass thing. So I'm definitely not alone on that front. And I'm absolutely delighted about that. Now, if I remember correctly, this particular road sign right here does not have a collision on it. No, it doesn't. It doesn't even exist in the game. It is simply a visual, and we can go right through it. And here we go. Look, I'm not leaving any grass behind. And there's the grass. We leave it behind in a great big clump, and then wait. What happened there? It switched the mower off. Why did it switch the mower off when it went over that? That's even more bizarre. Why would it switch the mower off when it did that? Because I definitely didn't request that it be turned off. Well, I don't think I did. I don't think I requested to turn it off, but maybe I did. Maybe I didn't realize that I did, and I pressed the wrong button. Right, I know that the combine's nearly full, but I'd like to just finish doing this little bit with the grass right here. Well, it didn't switch off there, even though it did do a strange thing. It didn't actually switch off, so I will bring that one down there, and I'm going to swing this round in a really tight damaging circle, like that. Lower it down again, and we'll go back to the combine in a second. Actually, I'll tell you what, I will go to the combine now in a minute. I'll just finish this pass along here. There, full grain tank. I'll finish the pass along there, like that. And then stop a second. And I will go and get this tractor. That tractor can stay there. And I'll take this one back down to the grain tank. To the grain tank, to the combine. And we'll unload the combine. I'm going to let the combine do once more. Should I do once more around the field? I'm thinking once more around the field, so we do 4 rounds around the outside edge of the field, because there's still not a huge amount of room for turning on this headland here. And then once I've done once more around the field, then we will start it going on the land work, I think. I think that's probably best, if we do it like that. Once more all the way around, and then we can start on the land work. Nice, easy way to do it. And bring you into here. Now I've got to follow this combine along. I like the way that it does go backwards first, just in case it slips. That's a really good thing. I don't know if that's just the AI vehicle extension. I don't think the standard AI does that. So it might just... I'm not sure. Does it or not? I know that they did have it doing it for a while. Does it still do it? Yeah, no, of course it did do it, didn't it? So maybe that's just like a part of the standard AI. Right, 8,000 litres of grain in there. I've still got 31% in the combine, so we will go and tip this out. Then I'll run down alongside the combine. By that time, it will be running on the straight part of the field. Oops. Okay, don't take shortcuts. Don't take shortcuts. I'm thinking that we should put a wall or something along there just to sort of mark the edge of the field. It might be a little bit better so that, you know, stupid drivers like me, we don't go and do something like that. Either that, or I just need to make the land a little bit steeper right there. You know, I went and spent a bit of money leveling it off, but maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe that was sort of a little bit of a mistake on my part. Because, you know, you're tempted to go in there and take a shortcut there, aren't you? I don't know. Because, I mean, this is the track, and this is the colour that I've got for the track. So that's why I'm thinking maybe we want to change that round so that I'm not driving it as a track all the time. Let's bring you up here. We will unload this one. And then that'll take us down next to our tractor down there. And we can go on and do the next bit of... the next round around the outside of the field. Then we can set the hired help going in that field over there, in the grass field. And it should be all okay without any problems. How much of this... See, it's going to come out onto this curve, but how much of it is... How is it going to affect, like, the performance of the combine overall in the field? It does actually seem to be taking in more and more of it each time, just on that little bit. Now, if my tractor stays there, this one can come over here like this. I'll back that up. I want to lift that mower. So I want to bring you back round like this over here. Then we can lower the mower down again and sort of bring it in like this. There. And I've actually managed to gather all of the grass going up through there. Is it... see, going up this side... oh, no. Going up this side is not okay at all. It is gathering it all up into great big heaps. Sort of. I did at least manage to pick all of that great big heap up, which is a big bonus. Twice on this side isn't quite enough to do all of the land, is it? It's most of the land on this side, and this is why when we finish clearing all of these trees over here, we're going to be changing the configuration of this field somewhat, so that we're just going along the side of the hill, and we're not going to be doing the bit up the other side of that stone. It'll just make it a little bit easier for doing this field. By which time, we will probably want to change this field over to an arable field as well. Although if we do that, that means that we're not going to have any grass field at all. So we're going to need to find another... either keep this one as the grass field for now, or we're going to want to find another grass field somewhere. I think we'll eventually... well, actually, I'm thinking that we'll probably keep this one as the grass field. We keep this one here as the grass field, and then we can... when we extend out down that way, we can use some of that as another grass field, something like that. I don't really know. I'm unsure at the moment. We don't desperately need loads of arable land at the moment. We are going to want more arable land. We're going to want quite a bit more arable land. Especially once we switch over to doing pigs, because pigs, they require the most grain. For what we've got right now, we should be just fine. We're not really going to need much more in the way of grain. We're able now to get cows and also to get chickens. Chickens would probably be the first ones we go for, actually. Because if you think about it, all we got to do is put in a little bit of grain for them, and we'll be producing plenty of other grain in the meantime, so we're not going to have any issues with not being able to feed said chickens. So I think it's likely that we will go for the chickens pretty quickly. Swing around here like that. At least we've got that bale out the way. That is one big bonus to that strange little occurrence that happens just there. The bale is out of the way. We don't need to worry about it. So one more pass down across the field down here, and then it's 80% already. Good gravy. He is working fast. He's working efficiently and quickly. Look, there. I'm on level ground up here, and it's still not letting me... It's like the grass is still doing this weird thing. I'm going to have to go slowly down here, because it's going to let everything out all at once. Probably there where the other one was let out. There we go. It's all come out all at once. And at least it didn't stop the baler for the mower from mowing. It did previously, but I don't... Well, I'm wondering if I accidentally pressed a button, but I don't think I did. There's another little bit where it's just come out. Right. I'm not going to bother doing anything down the bottom there, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lift that one up and then spin round like this. I'm going to head back up the field on this side. We've got another full grain tank. Head up the field on this side, and I'm going to start with the short work on this side this time. Last time I didn't do this. I started on the longer side and worked over to this side of the field, I think. But I'm going to do it on this... We'll do it this way round. I think this is the better way round to do it. There's a little bit of grass there to pick up. He does struggle a bit going up the hill. He's not doing too bad. Grab that bit there. Oh, he got all of it. Okay, that's good. And up to here. Now, this is the bit that I'm wondering about. Is maybe if I switch over to that one and pick it up and do that. He will go a little bit faster if we pick up the baler and keep it up off the ground just for a minute. And then... Right. Lower the baler back down again. Now... Which direction do we go? We sort of take it like this, I think. It's kind of like that angle right there. So switch over to... I'm just going to go like that. I'm going to press H. It should just do standard hired help on here. Shouldn't do anything else. That one bale that we've got stuck up there is potentially going to cause us some problems. I'm hoping it won't. Really, really hoping it won't. But obviously, because of where it is right now, it definitely has the potential to cause us some serious problems. Is he going... Yeah. They don't recognize bales. Right? Hired help does not recognize bales. But fortunately, because of where that bale is, everything is all tickety-boo. We're going to have a little bit out that other end that we're going to have to go back and, well, possibly tidy up. I know I don't normally... Well, I haven't been doing much in the way of tidying up. So we may decide not to bother about doing any tidying up this time either. I'll see how it gets on. Let's just watch it do one more turn and carry on with the baling here. Seems like it's going to be alright. The mower is at least up off the ground, which is a really big bonus. That's a huge, huge thing, that is. Making sure it stays up off the ground. And it looks like it's going to get all of the grass coming down this side. And that, to me, is a big plus. Being able to take all of it all the way down through. Right, as long as they move that way, away from the main body of grass, everything should be alright. And then you're coming up to here and lifting up. Now where are you going? Yeah, it doesn't reverse because we got the baler on the back, but it doesn't recognize that we've got the baler on the back. It's kind of... It's very weird the way that it works. So it doesn't recognize the baler, but at the same time it recognizes the baler, which is why it's not doing any reversing when it's turning on the headlands. It's a very strange thing. It's like, well, it's like it thinks that the baler is part of the mower or something like that. That would be my guess. Right, you're going to stay there and you're going to keep doing what you're doing. And then you are going to come over here and we are going to go and empty that combine. It seems to get from this exact point right here, it gets over to beside the stone there. That is one exact tank full. But once it gets up to this corner again, we're going to be setting it doing land work, which is going to be a little bit different. I'm thinking... Well, I'm wondering about using the AI vehicle extension to do that and have it running down the parallel on that side of the field, because that's something that I've not done yet. Like, normally I just set the standard hired help going after this point, but I'm thinking that we're not going to do that this time. We're going to try something a little bit different. So I just need this one to empty out, and we'll travel with it up round to the top corner. And as soon as we've done that, we can then bring the combine back down to this side of the field. We'll leave the AI vehicle extension going, and we will have it do the just the straight work going up and down, but running on a different angle to how we've done it previously, because up until this point, the angle that we run at is that long run down over there, and it doesn't really make much difference, I suppose. We could just have the standard hired help doing it. I'm just curious to see how the AI vehicle extension is going to handle the straight work up and down the field. It could make for a more interesting experience watching that. I don't really know. And you are going to go right up to the end here. I'm at 85%. I'm happy to let that one just carry on and do that little bit of a corner back there. I'm going to bring you over here like that, and I'm going to empty you out. There we go. And then I'm going to switch over to you, and I'm going to turn the hired help off. We're going to go spinning round and go back over to this side of the field over here. Take a shortcut through here. I've only got 74 litres of grain, so I'm not going to worry about emptying that out. Take it all the way down to this side of the field. The baler is currently turning because it's the numbers aren't changing. I can see on my top left. That is, I don't know if it's the Glance mod or I can't remember what it's called, but there is a link to that one in the description, I think, unless it's one that's on ModHub. There is a mod like that on ModHub anyway. Well, as far as I know, there is. Let's bring you over to here. And then what we need to do now is I need to go Control H and bring these settings up here. Now, when you move your mouse around, it sort of swivels it a little bit. So I need to change, first of all, we want to change that one from circle to up and down, like that. That's the headland setting. I don't want to change that. I want to keep the reverse curve, the reverse with curve, right there. I want to keep that one the same. This one here, though, I don't want to start on the left because that means it would have to go onto that side. So it would try and turn around and go that way or something ridiculous. So I want to change it to the right-hand side like that so that it will then follow this side. Turn that one off. Press H like that. And now what it should do is it will follow the line of the field until it reaches a corner. It won't just go in a dead straight line like the standard hired help does. It will follow the curve of the field. So if you've got a long field that's not straight, that's got a curve on the field all the way along its length, this is absolutely fantastic because it follows the curve all the way through, and you can just keep it going and it will keep following that curve all the way along the field. And I absolutely love this setting for that. If you've got a square field, you're actually probably better off using the standard hired help because the standard hired help keeps it straight, whereas this one follows the edge of the crop. So sometimes, especially towards the ends of the line, it will start to put a little bit of a wiggle into it, and it's not quite so good. But generally, if you've got a curved field, though, this is the one that you want to use. But anyway, I have run out of time now. So if you've enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.